Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to this latest episode of Fresh Review Friday. So sit back, relax, grab your cigar, maybe a drink, and enjoy. What's up, guys? Kyle here. Welcome to another Fresh Review Friday. Thanks for joining me. And I'm really excited to kick off another series of reviews. You guys watched me go through Cuevas month with our sponsor, Casa Cuevas. And this time I'm going to be checking out a new brand, well, new to me, of cigars. They've actually been around for quite a while. They were established in 1995, and it's a company called Blue Mountain Cigars that got in touch with me via Instagram. And I was super excited to be able to talk with them and have the opportunity to collab with them. And they sent me a sampler pack of 3 cigars, which is apropos considering that the cigar that I'm going to be reviewing tonight, 3 is the theme. And is 3 really a crowd? Well, I don't know if this cigar will answer that question, because this cigar is made up of 3 wrappers with 3 distinct blends to each tier of this cigar, I guess you could say. And this cigar is very appropriately and provocatively named El Threesome. Cue music. What's up, guys? You are watching Dad Smoking Cigars, sponsored by Casa Cuevas Cigars, from our casa to yours. Thank you for joining me tonight for another fresh review, and I'm excited about this one. I mean, I'm always excited when I get to review another cigar, whether it is a new to me cigar or it is a cigar that I've always wanted the chance to review. Maybe it's been sitting in my humidor for a while, but in this case, it's a different kind of excitement because, as I said before, this company, Blue Mountain Cigars, specifically one of their reps, a guy by the name of Otis Wright, who got in touch with me via Instagram. We talked for a little bit, and he agreed to send me a sampler to review their cigars, as long as I did an in-depth review of each cigar and did a nice in-depth write-up on my Facebook, which I plan to do after I shoot each of the reviews. And the dogs are chiming in their thoughts too. Apparently they're pretty excited over there, so... Oh gosh, I can't wait until my studio is built, and that way I can be indoors where I belong and shoot these wonderful reviews for you guys, and I can't wait until that's all done. So, a little bit of spoilers, I'm building a studio, so you guys will get to see that hopefully in the coming weeks, and that'll be done relatively quick, and I'll be able to shoot content for you guys in there. But anyways, rabbit hole. So, as I said before, I'm reviewing the Blue Mountain Cigars El Threesome. Now, I'm going to go through these. I'm getting out my phone right now because I could not commit these to memory if I tried, because my short-term memory is that terrible. But I'm going to be going through some of the info that I have here right now. And basically, this cigar is made up of 3 different wrappers, and it is starts with a Connecticut wrapper at the foot, and it has a blend of Jalapan filters from Jalapa, Nicaragua, and Honduran and Nicaraguan binders, and an Ecuadorian is in the middle, so I'm guessing Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, and it is, doesn't say what the doesn't quite say what the filler in the binder is. I'm assuming it's the same as the Connecticut. But the final, towards the cap, the final third of the cigar is a Mata Fina Maduro leaf strengthened with a secret combination of binder and filler. So this is going to be a very interesting smoke. I've had like barber pole cigars before. I've even had Candela. I've tried, Candela cigars and things like that. I've tried different wrappers, binders, and fillers, and I've had some very interesting blends come my way, and some of them were mind-blowing. Some of them just had an odd mix of flavors and stuff like that. So something tells me this is going to be quite interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and get this footband off, and I'm going to grab my stuff that I did not get ready. I am all over the place for this video. I don't know. I don't know if I should be telling you that my setup was off or whatever, but it was, and I'm just being completely 100% transparent with you guys in that regard. So I got my cutter. got my lighter. I'm good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and cut and light after I get a whiff of all this. Oh gosh, this is going to be something else, I can tell. All right, cold draw. Woo! Very sweet. Very much the dried fruit kind of dates, dried raisins. Raisins. But a lot of sweetness right there. So, I'm not going to waste any more time. All right. Kind of a toasty sweetness. Whoa. With a little bit of spice right there. That was kind of a surprise. Excellent smoke output. Very toasty, woody, a little bit of nutty flavor. Some of that dried fruit sweetness is still kind of clinging on right there. And a little bit of that kind of baking spice that I'm getting. And that retrohale. Wow. A little bit of a kick there, but it was a good kick. Opens it up. A little bit more of that nutty kind of woody flavors. A little bit of that cedar. Toasted, kind of a toasted nut flavor. Wow. That's delicious. A little bit of that filler there. I'm not doing a whole lot of talking because I'm just trying to break it down kind of in my head, thinking about what I'm tasting. And it's got the mildness of the Connecticut, a little bit of that spice, and I don't know if it's just like as the smoke passes through the different fillers and the wrappers that it kind of just, it has this kind of odd little filtering going on. And just kind of this collision of flavors with the blends and everything like that. It's very interesting. Beautiful thing is, I will know exactly when I'm done with the first third because you'll see it coming down to the end of the Connecticut wrapper right there. So, don't know if you can see that. It doesn't do autofocus, but you can see the difference in the colors of the wrapper. So, once it comes down to the end of the first, I will know exactly when to check back in with you guys. So I'm going to smoke down the Connecticut wrapper. And then once we get to the Ecuadorian Habano, then we'll see if there's any obvious transitions or anything like that. So I'm definitely excited to find out. So I'll check back with you guys in a second and let you know what my thoughts are then. So see you in a sec. Okie dokie. What's up, everybody? Back. Finishing off quite literally. And again, I could tell what was the first third. In an official sense, because of where the Connecticut wrapper ended, I'm just now starting the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, I believe. And it didn't give any specifics on the binder and filler. I do believe it's the same binder and filler as the Connecticut, and it doesn't change until you get down to the Matafina wrapper. Still getting some very nutty, delicious, tasty flavors. But it's got kind of it continues with like kind of the woodiness to it, like a toasted wood, toasted nut flavor. Some of that sweetness is kind of still hanging on just a little bit, with that continued spice, like a nutmeg. I don't want to say coriander, because that's kind of like closer to what you'd like say like it's a cumin spice, but not quite there. I'm even like I might be getting like kind of a little bit of oregano in there, and that's not something I usually get in a cigar, because that's kind of more of a savory spice or a savory herb. But getting a little bit of that kind of spice there. The retrohale is very spicy. It opens it up nice, but it's definitely really spicy. Tonight I'm actually pairing the cigar with some Canadian whiskey, H&H 1871 Canadian whiskey. It's a brand I'd never heard of that I picked up at my local Smart & Final. In fact, I think it's a whiskey that you can only get through Smart & Final because it's their First Street brand. So I'm trying that. It's pairing pretty nice with this. At least it paired nice with the Connecticut when I started, and now moving on to the Ecuadorian Habano. It's got some nice smooth cohesion, I guess you could say, in terms of how it pairs. So it's very nice, very tasty. This whiskey's very smooth. Only aged 6 years, so not terribly long. But this cigar is just it's excellent. The Connecticut started off with the mildness you would expect with some of the Connecticut's you get out there. Very mild, a little bit on the sweeter side. But it's still getting a lot of that toasted nuttiness and kind of the wood, a little bit of cedar, a little oaky, but those spices are really hanging on pretty well, from like the kind of the nutmeg or kind of coriander spice, a little bit of that oregano, but still that kind of those toasted woody and nutty notes that I'm getting a lot of. Whoa. Wow. That retrohale is killer. My goodness. This cigar has some strength to it, because it has so many different flavor profiles, as well as like kind of the body and the strength of the cigar. It's going to continue to transition, and I'm excited to see where it goes when I reach the Matafina wrapper. Because right now I'm getting some of those flavors I would expect to get from a Habano. A little bit more strength there, a little bit more spice. I'm kind of getting something else that I can't quite pin down. It's a little sweet, little bready. That's on the back of my palate, and I can't quite put my finger on it. But suffice to say, it's good. And it's something else that I did not expect at all. So I'm going to smoke down the Habano wrapper and see where it goes from there. Very excited to find out, because yeah, this is something else. Very aptly named, very well named, El Threesome. A little bit more on the provocative side, but hey, I've heard of far stranger names for cigars. So anyways, guys, I'll be back with you guys once I've smoked down the Habano, and can't wait to tell you what it's like when I get to the Matafina wrapper. That's gonna be interesting. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright guys, hello, I'm back, and I just finished up the second third of the El Threesome by Blue Mountain Cigars, and I'm noticing a little bit of a transition in the flavor already as I get to the Matafina wrapper, and I can't recall if I've ever had, I believe this is Brazilian Matafina, And I can't recall if I've ever had a cigar with that kind of wrapper. But I'm already detecting a change in the flavor profile just a little bit, and it's starting to get a little sweeter. Now, when I looked at the description of, the cigar and what's in it, now as it is, the only thing I know about the makeup of what's left of this cigar, because burned up the Connecticut, I believe the Honduran and Nicaraguan binder and filler. Didn't specify what filler was in the filler or binder was in the middle with the Ecuadorian Habano, so I'm going to assume that it's the same as what was present with the Connecticut wrapper at the foot, but the binder and filler with the Matafina is undisclosed. It's not. It's basically a secret. It didn't say what it was that the Matafina wrapper is wrapped around, and so it's anybody's guess on what kind of blend I'm working with now. I'm basically working with a completely different cigar at this point. I'm getting a little bit of a buzz, a little bit of a nicotine buzz. It has been so long since I have had a nicotine buzz from a cigar with the frequency that I smoke, and I don't smoke crazy frequent. I smoke a few times a week. But with what I'm working with here, I'm starting to get a transition in strength and flavor, and it's kind of giving me a run for my money here. And I'm going to take a couple of puffs and do a retrohale, give you my thoughts with that. Woo. 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 Oh, that opened up nice. A lot of spice in that, a little bit peppery, but I'm also getting a little bit of the sweetness from the Matafina. Very bready, little bit chocolatey right there. I'm getting some of that cocoa, a little bit of coffee, some spicy, just really spicy coming through, along with the sweetness of the Matafina wrapper. I like saying Matafina in case you couldn't guess by now. Oh, it is definitely tasty. I'm liking it already so far. It'll be interesting to see what I get as I smoke it down. So, but it is delicious, and it's a crazy ride, this cigar. I don't think I've tried anything like it up to this point. So I'm glad I started with this cigar. I'm wondering if the other two of Blue Mountain are going to be able to follow this pretty tough act. For sure, but very good, very tasty, and I'm liking it a lot. So I'm gonna smoke this down and give you my final thoughts as I get it down to the nub, because yeah, there's no way in hell that I'm going to not finish the cigar down to the very last. So gonna continue on, and we'll see where my head is at, because I'm feeling definitely starting to get a buzz, and it's kind of crazy because I haven't had a buzz from a cigar in a good long while. So be right back. Should be interesting. See you guys then. All right. Well, I am almost down to the nub for the Blue Mountain Cigars El Threesome, and I'm apparently without words because this has been a journey, one hell of a journey with this cigar and the different flavors and strengths I've experienced throughout. Excuse me. You're getting the real-time reactions here and everything, guys, because man, this has been something else entirely. And I'm gonna take my earbud out of my ear and just relish in the moment right now, because I think that the final third with the Matafina wrapper and the undisclosed binder and filler has given me the biggest punch, I think, in terms of flavor and strength and all of that. It is just such a combination of so many different things that I'm having trouble putting my finger on all of it, but I'm going to do the best that I can to try and give you my thoughts. But this last bit has knocked me on my ass. I think I haven't tried to stand up this entire time because it is just wow. It is just intense and kind of crazy, just all of the different flavors and little nuances that I'm getting. But I'm going to try and describe it in the best way possible. Still very much getting a lot of earth and leather at this point in time. The sweetness has dissipated because when I first started getting into the Matafina wrapper, that's that third of the cigar. I started getting some of that sweetness and that charred kind of woody and nuttiness, a little bit of that cocoa and coffee. That spice is still very prevalent. It's gotten a little bit peppery, then that kind of subsided a little bit. The spice isn't as strong as it was initially, and now it's just, man, it is something else entirely. But I am loving every second of it. But yeah, more earth and leather, more of that strength. Just it's packing a punch, and I'm probably going to be knocked the hell out by the time I wrap it up and call it a night. I'm probably going to crash pretty hard. I've never had a cigar really do this to me, but it's definitely moved on to full-bodied, full-flavored, all of that stuff, and it has been such an enjoyable cigar. I'm so grateful to Blue Mountain Cigars and Otis Wright for getting in touch with me and asking me to review their cigars. I'm looking forward to the next two. Those are going to be fun. I'm going to have a blast with those. I can pretty much guarantee that I'm going to have so much fun with it. If this is any indication, this cigar is any indication, then I know that the next two cigars are going to be fantastic, and they make an excellent product. I'm so glad that I found out about Blue Mountain Cigars and that they reached out to me. Thank you guys so much for putting your trust in me and your faith in me to review your cigars and give you my honest review. So I'm going to give you my final thoughts right now on construction and burn and flavor and all of that. The construction was excellent all throughout. I did have to relight a couple of times, but other than that, the burn has been great. Haven't really had to do much correcting or anything like that. It has burned very well. The construction is solid. It's only down to this point where it's gotten just a little soft, which it usually does down towards the nub, most cigars. And it is just an excellent smoke, and I think that I can confidently, as far as my rating goes, give it a 92. It is an excellent smoke. I've enjoyed it all the way through. It has been an experience, a journey, so much fun smoking this. I'm glad that I picked this as my first one. Man, amazing cigar. I enjoyed the hell out of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you guys enjoyed everything I had to say about it. And please do yourselves a favor and go to BlueMountainCigars.com and put a link in the description on where you can find them and pick up some of not only the Threesome, but they offer so many other different cigars, both infused and flavored cigars, as well as other different varieties. There's something for everyone at Blue Mountain Cigars. So very excited to give you my review on the other cigars that they sent me. They sent me the Golfer and the dipped cigar, the peach cigar, which was dipped in Crown Royal peach whiskey. So that's going to be a fun one to do, and I may have to go out and just buy some Crown Royal peach so that way I can pair it with the cigar and have a lot of fun with that. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave your comments below. If you've tried Blue Mountain, or if you are wanting to try Blue Mountain, please let me know, and I will definitely point you in their direction. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Appreciate all of your support, and thank you once again to Blue Mountain and Otis Wright for sending me these cigars. And but yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Thank you again for hanging out with me, and as always, I will catch you in the next one. Hey guys, thanks again for tuning into this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also follow Dad Smoking Cigars on dads_smoking_cigars on Instagram, and be sure to check us out on Facebook. Until then, guys, stay smoky, and I'll see you in the next one.